The Travel Pilot map knows where you are because you told it when you first fitted the device, and it keeps track of your car's movements forever. Is tell it where you're going. You're aiming for the flashing star and following the arrow.
Andrea, a child of the 80s with children of her own now. They love their technology.
The 1980s were a transformative time for consumer technology, introducing gadgets that became iconic symbols of personal freedom and expression. Devices like the Walkman, Gameboy, and early personal computers revolutionized how people experienced music, gaming, and media. In an era before smartphones and the internet, these tools create a unique connection to the world, making them cherished relics of a simpler, more engaging time. Today we'll explore some of these beloved gadgets that have vanished from our lives, but remain alive in our memories. Sony Walkman.
Sony introduces the only cassette player, the incredible-sounding Super Walkman, as small as a cassette case.
The Sony Walkman changed the way people listened to music when it was released, giving music lovers the freedom to enjoy their favorite songs wherever they went. This portable cassette player became a symbol of personal freedom and self-expression, quickly gaining popularity for its small size and lightweight design. The first model, TPS L2, was easy to carry and featured stereo sound, which improved the listening experience compared to earlier mono players. During the 1980s and early 1990s, the Walkman was widely popular, but the rise of CD players in the late 1980s led people to switch due to better sound quality and ease of use. By the late 1990s, MP3 players and smartphones with music apps had taken over, making the Walkman outdated. Despite its decline, the Walkman remains an iconic device that shaped the way people consume music for decades. Nintendo Game Boy.
All the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy.
The Nintendo Game Boy, released in 1989, was a revolutionary handheld gaming console that let players enjoy games like Tetris and Super Mario Land wherever they went. Created by Gunpei Yokoi, it featured a dot matrix screen, a directional keypad, and used game cartridges, offering a portable alternative to home consoles. Its small size and long battery life made it highly popular with gamers. Throughout the 1990s, the Game Boy sold more than 118 million units worldwide. As more advanced handheld systems like the Game Boy Advanced and Nintendo DS emerged in the early 2000s, the Game Boy began losing popularity. These newer devices offered improved graphics, more features, and could still play older Game Boy games. Additionally, the rise of smartphones and mobile gaming provided even more accessible gaming options, contributing to the Game Boy's decline. Still, the Game Boy's legacy is huge, introducing iconic games and paving the way for future handheld consoles. Cordless mobile phone.
The old way to live with remote phones.
Hello? Olive!
New way with Panasonic. Hello? One of the world's smallest cordless phones.
The cordless mobile phone, known as the brick phone, changed how people communicated when it was introduced in the 1980s. The Motorola DynaTAC 8000X, launched in 1983, was the first mobile phone available for purchase. It gave users the freedom to make calls without being tied to a landline, marking a huge step in communication technology. Although it weighed about 2 pounds and offered just 30 minutes of talk time, it became a status symbol. Throughout the 1980s, these telephones were mostly used by wealthy individuals and business professionals due to their high cost and limited coverage. As technology improved, phones became smaller, cheaper, and more accessible. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, more affordable phones with advanced features gained popularity. The rise of smartphones, which offered not just calls and texts, but internet access and various apps, eventually replaced the bulky brick phones. Video cassette recorder.
Terrific. Watch. Terrific. But suppose it's over 3 hours. Relax. Panasonic VHS tapes up to...
The video cassette recorder, or the VCR, was a popular device in homes during the 1980s and 1990s, allowing people to record and watch TV shows and movies on VHS tapes. It gave viewers the flexibility to enjoy their favorite programs whenever they wanted, a practice called time shifting. Using magnetic tape, VCRs could store both video and sound, making it easy to record live broadcasts or play pre-recorded tapes. As technology advanced in the 2000s, DVDs took over with better picture quality, more storage, and features like interactive menus and bonus content. The introduction of Blu-ray discs and streaming services, which offered even higher quality and greater convenience, pushed VCRs out of the market. Despite being replaced by these newer technologies, VCRs left a lasting impact on how people experienced home entertainment, laying the groundwork for future innovations in how we watch TV and movies at our convenience. Commodore 64.
The Commodore 64 personal computer was introduced with a 64K built-in memory for under $600.
The Commodore 64, launched in 1982, became a hugely popular home computer known for its low cost and versatility. It allowed users to play games, write programs, and even handle word processing, all with 64 kilobytes of RAM. For its time, it delivered impressive graphics and sound, quickly winning over tech enthusiasts and gamers. Its success during the 1980s led to sales of between 12.5 and 17 million units. The C64 became a dominant force in the market due to its affordable price and large selection of software. It was particularly loved for its games, with classics like The Great Guiana Sisters and Impossible Mission. By the early 1990s, as more advanced personal computers and operating systems like Windows arrived, the Commodore 64 began losing ground. The new IBM-compatible PCs offered more power and user-friendly interfaces, leading to the decline of the Commodore 64's dominance in the market. The Polaroid Instant Camera.
Don't worry, this is the world's fastest developing color. You see it in seconds now, not minutes.
The Polaroid Instant Camera was a popular device in the 1980s, loved for its ability to take and develop photos in just a few minutes. Although introduced in the late 1940s, Polaroid cameras gained major attention during the 1980s due to their ease of use and the instant satisfaction they provided. Polaroid SX70, released in 1972, became particularly well known for its foldable design and the high-quality instant photos it produced. The cameras made photography accessible, allowing people to capture memories during everyday activities, family events, and celebrations. Polaroid remains a favorite into the early 1990s, but the rise of digital cameras in the late 1990s began to change things. Digital technology let people take unlimited pictures, view them immediately on screens, and share them online without needing to print physical copies. By the early 2000s, smartphones with cameras further reduced the demand for Polaroid cameras, making them less common. Boombox.
Who are you? I'm the kid down the street, and I got something for you. I hope it's not another one of these. It's even cooler.
The boombox, a portable stereo system, became a defining symbol of the 1980s. Known for its large size and powerful speakers, it played cassette tapes and included AM and FM radio. Boomboxes were especially popular in cities, where they were commonly seen as block parties and breakdancing events. They allowed people to share music in public spaces, creating a sense of community and self-expression. As time went on, smaller and more convenient devices appeared. By the late 1980s, CD players offered better sound quality and were more durable. By the early 2000s, MP3 players and smartphones, along with portable Bluetooth speakers, provided even more portability and ease. These new technologies made the bulky boomboxes less desirable, leading to their decline and eventual disappearance from everyday life. The Casio calculator watch.
With a Casio calculator watch, you have both, and it works with one finger. What's the world's most revolutionary watch?
The Casio calculator watch was an iconic gadget of the early 1980s, combining the functions of a digital watch and a calculator. It was seen as cutting-edge technology, giving people the ability to perform quick calculations directly on their wrist. The first model, the Casio C80, released in 1980, had small buttons for basic math operations, making it a useful tool for students, professionals, and technology fans alike. Throughout the 1980s, the watch became a cultural symbol, appearing in movies and TV shows as a trendy, high-tech accessory. By the early 1990s, though, more advanced devices like smartphones and smartwatches offered greater capabilities. and easier-to-use designs. This shift caused the calculator watch to lose its appeal as new technology took its place. Apple Macintosh 128K.
Introducing Macintosh. It does all the things you'd expect a business computer to do.
The Apple Macintosh 128K, introduced in 1984, changed the way people used personal computers. It was the first computer to have a graphical user interface and a mouse, making it easy for anyone to use. This model included 128 kilobytes of random access memory and a 9-inch black and white screen, all in a neat, all-in-one design. The Macintosh 128K was launched with excitement, highlighted by the famous 1984 Super Bowl advertisement directed by Ridley Scott. During the mid-1980s, it gained popularity among creative professionals and schools. As time went on, more powerful computers were released with faster processors and better features, leading to a decline in the Macintosh 128K's popularity. Newer models like the Macintosh 512K quickly surpassed the original 128K. At the same time, IBM-compatible personal computers and the Windows operating system offered users more powerful and flexible computing choices. Pager.
Think of the freedom and security a pager gives you. Now your children, friends, relatives, even the babysitter can reach you instantly almost anywhere you are.
Pagers, commonly called beepers, became popular in the late 1980s as a reliable way to communicate. They sent short messages or numeric alerts, making them vital for professionals such as doctors, emergency responders, and business people. The first pager system was patented in 1949, but widespread use did not start until the 1980s. Pagers worked by receiving signals from a central transmitter, which alerted the user with a beep or vibration and displayed the message on a small screen. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, pagers were widely used. Their popularity began to decline in the late 1990s as mobile phones became more common. Mobile phones allowed users to make calls and send text messages, offering more features and convenience. By the early 2000s, the rise of smartphones, which included calling, texting, internet access, and various applications, made pagers largely unnecessary in everyday life. As we wrap up this look at 1980s hyper-nostalgic gadgets that vanished, it's amazing to see how technology has changed. Which gadget do you miss the most from the 80s? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.